In this video, you are going to create your dream brand in the next 3 months. I know it sounds crazy, but when you have a plan, things start happening. And I know you are someone who wants to build a powerful business, but you just need the strategy and the system to do that. So in this video, I'm gonna unpack some strategies on how you can build a strong presence on social media and a strong brand for your business. And the best part is we are going to do this together because I know how overwhelming social media and building a brand can be. Tell me if you can relate to this. You know, you're overthinking your content, you're looking at what other people are doing, and sometimes you can get in a rabbit hole and you end up not doing anything. So we don't want to do that. We want to get focused and we want to simplify your social media strategy so that you can start getting results. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Brooklyn. I'm the founder of Brooklyn Social, and we help businesses and content creators create content that actually grows your business and gets you more sales. So we do everything from social, ads, websites, you name it, all to help you get more eyes on your business. Grab your notebook, grab a notepad, and let's get into it. Before we get into all the tangible strategies that you can implement, I first off want to say that we want to make this as simple as possible. I think sometimes we can overcomplicate things. We think that by adding more things to your to-do list, it's somehow going to get you more results. And when it comes to your social media strategy, that could be farther from the truth. It's actually getting really focused on a few things that will work well for your business that's actually going to move the needle. I know this because I have posted so much content. I've helped other businesses create content. And whenever you're spread too thin, that's when things start getting a bit slower. And I don't want that for you. And also, can we just talk about let's make social media fun again? Because social media is meant to be social. It's a place where you can actually connect with your dream customers for free. Obviously, yeah, you can have paid ads and other things, but it is a free tool that you can use to reach your dream customers. Pretty cool. All right, so let's dive on into how to build your dream brand in the next 3 months. So I got my notebook here full of notes, as you can see. I'm a very messy writer at times, but hey, as long as I can read it, that's all that matters. Okay, so number one, the first thing that I want you to focus on is getting clear on your brand. What I always tell people is you really want to have that big vision for your brand. So think big. Don't be afraid to have a bunch of ideas when it comes to this. Your vision and your dream brand can change as you evolve your business. I think every couple months or every year, it's okay to revisit, what is my vision for the business? What is my dream brand? What does my dream brand look like? The next thing you want to do is understand who you are speaking to, because if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. So who is it that you are speaking to? And get super clear, what are they struggling with? What are they looking for? You can also use ChatGPT and literally type in, I'm trying to reach business owners. What are they struggling with? And get super duper specific. And another thing is, what transformation do you offer your dream customers? So you want to have a very clear before and after so that you can make content that shows this is what your life was like before me and this is what it's like after. So you want to paint that clear picture of that transformation. Another thing is, what topics do you want to be known for in your space? So for example, if you are a business coach, what are the types of topics that you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for coaching? Do you want to be known for speaking? You want to have different topics that you rotate between so that you're not super spread thin. The biggest thing that we want to get clear on is your messaging. Before you worry about the fonts and the colors of your brand, you want to get really clear on the messaging, because this is going to be the foundation of your brand, and it's going to be the copy that you're using on your website, on your social. It all needs to align, because if your messaging is not clear, if you can't clearly articulate what it is that you do and who you help, it's going to be very hard to build a strong brand. All right, so tip number 2 is pick 1 to 2 platforms that you are going to focus on. So what I see a lot of business owners do wrong is they think they need to be on every platform. that could be further from the truth, because if you're trying to be on everywhere at the beginning, it's very difficult to get results. So what I recommend is having 1 or 2 platforms that you focus on, double down on those platforms, then you can worry about the other platforms later. So what platform do you love being on, and what platform is your target audience on? For example, if you know you serve B2B customers, you should be on LinkedIn, because there are endless amounts of businesses and decision makers on LinkedIn. Are you a B2C company? Okay, Instagram is gonna work really well for you. So you really wanna know who you are speaking to, and then go all in on those platforms. The next thing that you want to do is you want to look at your competitors, and don't spend too much time on this, because I think sometimes we can get very overwhelmed, and then if you're spending hours looking at your competitors, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed. So what I want you to do is literally set a timer for half an hour. Skim through a bunch of competitors on the platforms that you want to be on. So for example, if they're on LinkedIn or Instagram, just spend some time and then write down in an Excel sheet or in a notebook, what are they doing well on their social? What types of content are they posting? You want to document this because you want to use this for inspiration for your content. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, because evidence leaves proof. If you see that a certain piece of content is working, that is good news, because you can do it too. And you can add your own spin on it. Now, you don't want to copy here, because unfortunately there's a lot of that on social media, but whenever it comes to content topics, you can use that too. And also, you can do it in different ways. For example, you can do it as a carousel, you can do it as a reel, you can do it as a static image. There's so many ways that you can create content. It's endless. Now, after you look at your competitors, you want to look at your brand and ask yourself, what makes my brand unique? What are some unique opinions and values that I hold that I could post about? Because I think there's so much saturation online. I mean, take my business, for example, marketing agency. I own a marketing agency called Brooklyn Social. There are so many marketing agencies, and I'm always asking myself, what makes us different? And there's a lot of things that make us different, such as white glove service. We're founder led. We're a very small but mighty team. We're also your one-stop shop for all things digital marketing. So if you need social media, if you need a website, you need ads, we have support to help you in all those areas. So what I want you to do is clearly articulate what it is that you bring to the table. And if you are a founder led company, that's easy, because that's essentially who you are. And if you enjoy being on camera, utilize that in your content, because there's only one of you, and you have your own unique experiences, you have your own unique opinions, you have your own strategies that you can share with your audience. This is what I like to do. I like having a mix of myself in the videos, but also showcasing our business as well, because I want to showcase what we do here at Brooklyn Social in a very clear way. So the third thing that you want to do is you want to create your content plan. And this is where I think a lot of people can get stuck, because I hear all the time, what do I post? I don't know what to post. And a lot of the time it's that you don't have a system in place. So what I've done is I've actually made a 3-month plug and play content calendar for you that any business owner or content creator can use for the next 3 months. So literally you can look at the calendar. It's in a Google Sheets where you can look at it and you can actually implement this in your business. So if you want that, make sure to grab it in the description. You're going to want to use that for the next 3 months. Even though I have these ideas in place for you, you can customize it to fit your niche in your brand. So when you look at your 3-month plan, you want to decide on the content pillars that you want to be known for. So content pillars are essentially just topics that your audience knows you for. So for example, it could be sharing behind the scenes, it could be sharing your opinions, it could be sharing testimonials. And what you want to do is you want to rotate between these. So for example, on Monday, you're going to post a client testimonial. Then on Tuesday, you're going to post some sort of valuable tip for your audience. Then day number 3, it could be sharing case studies. The list goes on. You can get really creative with this on how you want to show up. But this just helps create structure for your week, because sometimes it can feel very overwhelming and complicated. This helps kind of give you a rhythm on what you can post. Now, I want to ask you a question. What makes you want to follow people on social media? And the answer is they're usually giving a lot of value, they're usually entertaining, and they make you feel something. So when you create content, you want to make someone feel something, even if it's as simple as making an inspirational quote, or even if it's sharing a client testimonial. What I do is I go to ChatGPT, I put in my content idea, I put in my caption, and I literally ask it, can you add some emotional appeal to this? I want my audience to feel inspired after they read this. I want them to feel happy after listening to this. So, what are the types of emotions that you want people to feel after consuming your content? Because this is going to help you make a memorable brand. You know, think of the movies that you love. It's because it makes you feel something. For example, I love romance movies. I just think they're the best. I also love dramas. I just love the feeling you get after watching a good romantic movie. It's just, you know, it's the best feeling. So, what feeling do you want to have with your content? And this can change. Some pieces of content might bring out more of the some pieces of content might bring out more the happiness side, some might be more sad. You know, if you're wanting to make your audience ponder something, it all depends. Okay, so number 4 is build your community. So being on social is about being social, and you don't just want to build a brand where you post and ghost and you don't engage with your audience. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. So what you want is to build a strong community, because this community is going to be the lifeblood of your business. Going back to what I previously said about knowing your audience, this is where this comes in really, really handy, because when you understand your target audience, you know what they're struggling with. You know the things that they're thinking about late at night on a Tuesday afternoon, for example. So you want to get inside their head, and some ways that you can do that is by utilizing ChatGPT. You can talk to people. You can talk to friends or family who have also experienced. You can do a survey online and ask your audience questions on what they're struggling with. Most of the time, if you are the founder of your business, one thing that I find really helps a lot of businesses is if they could go back to their previous self, you know, what solution would they want? Think of that person. And even for myself today, I'm always thinking, what would my previous self want right now? And what can I do to make that happen? Or what are things that I can create to help solve this problem? So you want to create content that solves your audience's problem. And the only way you know how to do that is, first off, by posting content that is relevant to them, getting their feedback and comments, asking them questions. And sometimes your audience won't comment a lot at the beginning, and that's okay. Keep going. If you are very certain on who you're speaking to, keep going, and you can always refine what you are posting about later. Another big thing that you can do to build community is actually saying in your content who the content is for. For example, my account helps busy business owners create content online. Having these one-liners that you verbally say to your audience, they know right away, oh, okay, this account is for me, because you've said who they are, and you've also said their dream outcome. So for example, if you can mix who your account is for, or who your brand is for, and then also the dream outcome, have like a one-liner, that is going to help build your community so much stronger. And lastly is you need systems to actually get the content out in the world. So as someone who's worn all the hats in my social media and business, I know how time consuming it can be to be consistent on social media. So I want to ask you, are you committed to doing it? Are you going to be the one who's going to be coming up with the ideas, creating the content plan, posting, engaging, or do you need support? Do you need a team or an individual helping you with your social media strategy and actually creating the content, executing it, editing, all that stuff? Because I know how much time that can take. But I think it's important to ask yourself that question, because as a business owner, time is money. You know, every little thing that you're doing takes up time. And I'm noticing that more and more as the busier I get. It takes time doing every little thing. So even if you take a couple things off your plate, whether it's posting, scheduling, editing videos, that's amazing. That's gonna free you up to do more revenue generating activities, which is what every leader or founder in a business should be doing. But if you are wanting more clarity for your social media content, you can download the 3-month content plan that you can customize for your business. You can download that in the description below. And lastly, if you want more hands-on help for your business in regards to your marketing, my agency at Brooklyn Social can help you. We do everything from social media management, ads, websites, graphic design, branding, everything to help your brand stand out in the world. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to book a free brand strategy call. This is going to help give you clarity on how we can help you and what you should do going forward. So go to brooklynsocial.co to book that call today. And lastly, don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you enjoyed it, make sure to post it on your Instagram stories and make sure to tag Brooklyn Social as well. That would mean the world to us. But until next time, keep on building your biggest goals. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.